You might, maybe in those pickup games, have played more defense than the Rockets played last night, because let's get to the tape. One of the top defenses in the league last season. They were exposed last night, people. They gave up 131 points to the Pelicans. That is more than they gave up in any regulation game last season. Take a look at this graphic. When Chris Paul, James Harden, and Melo were on the court together, the Rockets allowed the Pelicans to shoot.
Oh, my.
I'm gonna pause and just say 76% from the field. They were outscored by 15.
It was pretty simple, though.
That's messed up. Y'all gonna put Melo in on that, man. He didn't even play that much.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man, y'all wrong, man.
Here's the problem that I had last night, right? And I was sitting there watching the game, and I would say, just go pick and roll. Go pick and roll with Randall. Go pick and roll with AD, because they're switching everything. And all you have to do, run a pick and roll. Those guys run to the block, and it's barbecue chicken, as Shaq say. You cannot guard these guys. They're too big, they're too strong, and they're skilled down there. And that's all they were doing. They had 70-something points, 80-something points between their front court.
Yeah.
This was unbelievable performance by these guys last night. And if the Rockets are going to switch everything, they got to do something about that, because they got tortured last night.
That's how they played last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the exact same defense they played last year.
But
this
with
happens to be
personnel.
with some different personnel for
And a
sure.
different
Ariza and Bamute, Nene was out.
right.
Different. All that is true.
Coaching
all that
that
is true.
side of the ball.
But that Pelicans team is uniquely equipped to.
They really are.
Barbecue chicken.
Yes.
Those little guys in the post with those two big guys.
Yeah.
What can be done, though? I mean, when you look at who they have now on there, I mean, look, you do with what you have now, right?
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's ugly.
this is
Wow.
That won't
serious.
happen again this year.
What, for them or
This
for
right
the...
here, these numbers won't happen again this year in one game. I bet T-Mac that right now.
I guarantee you it will.
That won't happen again.
If they switch
30 and 10
yes.
from Mirotic.
Mirotic was just knocking down wide open shots.
Mac, I guarantee you that won't happen again this year.
Why do you think it
We'll
won't
bet
happen
at
again?
dinner.
Why?
They just had a great game. They had a great game.
You don't think
and
they're
for
capable
one, no.
of doing that?
No, he is.
Julius Randle is not capable of 25.
He can get you that.
Score. He can't score in the
They
interior.
won't do that all together in one game again this year.
If you switch small guys on them, you trying to tell me Julius Randle can't score?
Yeah, he can score.
That's
he
why
gonna have
he
some
had
big nights.
those numbers.
He will have some big nights, but all three of them in one game, that won't happen again.
I was texting with Alvin Gentry after the game, and he said they are not going to go small this year. He's like, I don't care who people play against us. We're our team. We're just going to go.
I mean, he can. He has to sit too many good players if they go small.
It's not a bold declaration.
That's right.
When
That's
three
okay.
of your four best players are big men, so you probably shouldn't go small.
Look, I really like this Pelicans team. I didn't know what they had until I watched these guys last night. Alfred Payton, man.
Oh, I'm happy for him, man.
Man. I mean, I saw him in Orlando, and I knew he could play, but this is a tailor-made team for him, where he could show his
Y'all were
ability.
talking last night in halftime about the haircut. I don't think that's a joke.
No,
I think
it's not
the
a
fact
joke.
that he cut his hair is a big deal.
It is a big deal because he had
He
a
can see
permanent,
the floor now.
He had a permanent hand contested in his shot.
Yeah, it's like he's playing with a hat on.
People in the league and on his team don't think that's a joke. They think that actually might be a real thing, that the hair was distracting him.
He's a good player. You know, that's the crazy thing about it is I said that they were really, really, really going to miss Rondo, and I still think that they will.
Yeah.
But he's gonna do a fantastic job with this team. They get up and down. He makes every play. I mean, I'm happy to see him. Happy to see him in this position.
As awesome as their front line and as every combination of those three big guys works well in different ways.
Yes.
Right.
What's going to determine whether they're a borderline 6, 7, 8, 9 team or
This is what I was
something
about to
more
ask.
is the guards. It's the guards, and it's Peyton and it's Etuan Moore putting up 21. It's can you get anything out of Darius Miller and Solomon Hill? Those are the guys that are going to determine how good this team is.
I mean, look, I know how stacked the West is, so there's a reason for this. But when you see people do their preseason predictions and sort of say this is what we see the playoffs, picture in the West, I've seen people put the Pelicans as high as 3 or 4, and then I've seen people put them out of the playoffs. And that seems like a crazy range to me, but
I mean, that's what it was last year. Portland was the third. Portland was third,
and then the
A lot of teams going to be like that.
I'll tell you what, if they're 3 or 4, you can book AD for the MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
If they're 3 or 4, you can book them.
Well, here's the thing. He spent the entire preseason saying, I'm the best player in the NBA. And look, you can point to guys who have won championships, and obviously that puts them in a different category. He came out and backed up. You can't win the NBA Finals last night, so he came out to the extent he could and backed up his words.
He backed me up yesterday when we had the debate between him and James Harden.
Absolutely.
What he did last night.
Yep.
Just proved my point.
Absolutely.